Okay. Hey, Simona, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, doing okay. Doing okay. Watching it rain out my window, but everything generally all right.
I know it's been a couple of days now with a bit of rain. I was
Yeah, it's okay.
Nice because you've been away, haven't you?
Yeah, it was interesting experience, but we made it back in one piece, so everything's fine. Everything's
Good.
fine.
Was it stressful to travel over coronavirus time?
Yeah, it was a bit weird. It was a bit weird. It's a bit of a preview because France is a bit ahead of us, so a lot of masks and they have to spray your hands all the time, and in general, people are just quite nervous about everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it is. But I guess our last show was 2 weeks ago, and now we came back, and 2 weeks ago you were kind of thinking, how much worse could everything get? And then things got worse in the last 2 weeks, and the world took a whole nother turn, unexpected and really terrible circumstances. And what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks? I don't know.
I don't know. Let's live the life day by day. So let's enjoy today.
Exactly.
At least today with some three amazing bands and music, and we can relax and enjoy it.
That's right.
And then we'll think about it tomorrow.
But I think also music's going to start to pick up on a lot of this stuff, and it's not just about us being confined. It's about the new world we're all headed to, and you know, we have had this idea before that things get better, but maybe
Yeah.
maybe they won't be getting better for a while. That's a new reality for us. Yeah,
Yeah, no, unfortunately it is, especially for any form of like arts and like music, dance, theatre, everything to do with performance basically is going to be the last thing that will come back. So the
that's
reality
true. Also,
is that I think, till the end of the year, we're probably not going to have live shows. That's the
yeah,
sad
it's going to be
reality.
tough. It's going to be tough. But we'll try to keep music alive here in our little part
That's
of the
it.
internet. Yeah,
So
so we
today we
got we
got,
got a fun show.
yeah, so
Three
we
great
got
artists,
Juliet
a lot
down.
of guitars, a lot of guitar action going on today. They're all playing from their homes, which is really super cool. And I've been listening to their music all day, putting together a few little clips on them. And yeah, so let's maybe try to get everyone in here and we can just say hello. Here we go. Let's try to kind of work for us here. Hey guys, how's everyone doing out there?
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
There we go.
You all welcome to Camden Live. How are you?
Thanks for having us. All is good.
Good. Thanks for
Yeah,
having
good,
us.
good. Looking forward to it.
Cool. Okay. Well, Juliet, you're up first. So
Okay.
yeah, maybe I'll put a little clip together. Let's just check this out. It's a little thing I found on the internet.
Uh-oh.
When the world feels all above you and the sky is tumbling down, oh, like the love in you'll find it all around. Carry on. Look in the mirror, all I see is my flaws. I know you operate by unseen laws, so I look at you with unseeing eyes, and I wonder why you always take me by surprise. And I dial your number, but I hang up the phone. Nothing you can say will make me less alone. I think about the world and my life in it. There's nothing more pretentious than to think about existence. I won't say I want you to love me. I won't say I need you to stay.
Yeah.
Really
Thanks.
good. Wow.
Guys,
As you get to talk fast, like that, you had one moment was super, super fast. How do you manage to do that? Practice?
sorry, I can't hear you. There's still that echo going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fix that. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Something somewhere.
I was just saying, like some of the way that you're putting your words together was super fast, and you could hear everything. How do you practice that? Because that's a really, really interesting way of singing.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm from New York, So I think part of the birthright of being a New Yorker is speaking too quickly.
So you practice every day.
Yeah, exactly. I practice in my life. That one is particularly a lot of words. It's a lot of words sort of crammed in there. It's a kind of an old song. I've tried to be more judicious with my words. Moving on, so that I think when I was younger, I would like just try to say everything and get everything in, and I'm trying to exercise some discipline and just say the words that you need to say.
I thought that was really cool. It was like basically rap into a sort of more melodic. It was very interesting. So I loved it. I'm very curious to see what you
Thank
got for us
you.
today. You can start your set anytime you want.
Oh, okay, cool. I might actually just take off the headphones while I'm playing because the echo's going on, and I think I'll get confused.
Yeah, don't worry, throw you off. Perfect.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me.
Welcome. Our pleasure.
So this has been a really intense couple weeks. I'm in London now, but back home, and I've been feeling very unsure about how to respond to it, and feeling very sort of far away from everything over here, and wanting to be able to show up for my friends and like take to the streets and all of that. But obviously, I'm an ocean away, and so on a blackout Tuesday, I turned off my phone for a couple hours and sat down and kind of tried to process it. And this is what I've come up with so far.
Sound exciting.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with it because it's been on my mind. Your vote is your voice, they say. Not much of a voice these days. Silent indoors, that's where they want you to stay. Blood on our hands. Now we're sharing it on Instagram. Suddenly chic to give a damn. There's nothing new. We just started looking. Not a moment too soon to join in the fight. If I look like you, do more listening than speaking. It's past time to make it right. Don't go away when the cameras go home. Show up each day, it's a long road. Making mistakes, causing more pain. Sit with the shame, it's slow, it's slow. Let's take to the streets. Use that white skin like a shield, sheltering those who've suffered too long. Your vote is a voice, sure. So are your dollars and your time. We have a choice. Let's step out of line. There's nothing new, no, we just started looking. not a moment too soon to stand in the fight. If I look like you, do more listening than speaking, it's past time to make it right. Doesn't happen overnight. A long and steady fight. Together we can start to make it right. Play another couple.
Yeah, sure. Let's just play another couple more, and then we can have a chat in between afterwards.
Cool, sounds good. And this is a song I wrote a couple years ago now, based on the book Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and it's about the book is about her coming to America, and the song was sort of my trying to empathize with that, and feeling like it's about the feeling of not really belonging anywhere. It's called In Between. Halfway here, halfway there, I exist in the cracks and the spaces and things. I take too long, try not to stare. I exist in the in-between. I've been gone so far from home, squeeze myself in the ways of the world that I've known. I can't move on, I close my eyes. There you are in the in-between. I don't need any other, only you. Undercover, I exist in the spaces in between. I don't need no arms to hold me, just your memories enfold me. I exist in the cracks and all the seams. So I staring at the ceiling, only seeing you. Do you care anymore? The silence spoke for miles. I tried so hard to shake my fist at the sky. I write your notes, they sit in piles. I exist in spaces in between. The phone rings on forever. I sit still, return to sender. Send me back to the space that's in between. Don't think I've forgotten, I'm just stuck still and rotten, standing fixed in the corner of my dream. So I staring at the ceiling, only seeing you. Do you care anymore? I don't need any other, only you. Undercover, I exist in all the spaces in between. Thanks. Money of you. I realized after I introduced that one that it's actually also kind of a love song. I'll play one more.
Nice.
I'll take this off. The good thing is confusing. The next song I'm going to play is about when things don't go according to plan, and it was feeling really relevant a couple months ago, with everyone sort of stuck indoors all of a sudden, and there we go. It's I feel like we often have plans. 2020 has been a perfect example of this, of how we think things are going to go, and it's all going to work out so great, and then life happens, doesn't it? So this is a song about that. It's called Alternate Plan. Empty days stretch ahead like so many open lanes on the highway. Take back the wheel and I do what I can to steer the world to my way. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I thought I had it figured out. I thought you'd understand. Thought I had it figured out. Now we're living in the alternate plan. Thought I'd be much further now. Maybe understand how we break and when and how, but I'm living in the alternate plan. Empty days stretch ahead like so many open lanes on the highway. All of those tricks that I told you I knew how to steer the ship went sideways. That's how it works. That's how it works. I thought I had it figured out. Thought you'd understand. Thought I had it figured out. Now we're living in the alternate plan. Oh, we're living in the alternate plan. Now we're living in the alternate plan.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, what is the alternate plan? I like the idea of that. Is there another plan out there?
Yeah, it's like I think we're all living in the alternate plan these days.
Yeah, it's not maybe not Plan B. It's Plan something else.
It's like Plan Z. I don't know.
I find that
Plan
in a
W
way,
for weird.
being locked in, it just makes you, having to be a little bit more creative, like have a better imagination and create extra stuff in your head. Otherwise, life gets really, really boring. So I guess maybe for an artist, it could be a good time for, to explore different feelings and put them into songs, dance, art, anything, because this is the time that we get. We don't have to leave the house. So try to see it from that vantage point of view instead of being we're locked for a while at least, and see where things are going. Like have a better imagination and create extra stuff in your head. Otherwise, life gets really, really. And how do you write songs? What usually inspires you to write songs?
Oh gosh. I agree. First of all, with looking at Lockdown Festival that way. I definitely agree with that framing of it, that there's a lot of time to go inward and to turn in. I think that's what's been really interesting, and that's one of the reasons that's made this moment in the States with the Black Lives Matter movement really catching momentum, catching fire, is that people are home. People have been bored and looking at their screens, and there's not that same kind of, like in the past when horrific instances of police brutality have made the news, I myself included, I'm not like above this, we sort of, there's this outrage cycle that happens for like a couple days, and then you go to a bar with your friends and you get drunk, and you just kind of like, life as a white person, we have the privilege that life continues. And I think this moment feels really different to me, because we are all having to be more still, and we can't just go to the bar or the pub, and we can't go to a house party and take lots of drugs and stay out all night. That's just like not in the realm of possibility. And so I think people are having to are actually sitting with the humanity of what's going on in a way that feels different from how it has. Yeah. As far as writing songs, I was expecting to write more in lockdown than I did, but I think it's always been for me a way of processing, something that doesn't feel able to be processed through a conversation or through a journal entry or anything like that. Some people paint, some people dance. I write songs. I don't.
That's good. That's good. We need more songs. We need more songs.
Need more
How'd you get into writing songs in the first place?
My parents say I came out singing, but
And you're from New York originally.
I'm from New York. Yeah, I'm from New York, and I grew up in a small town on the east end of Long Island. My dad's a musician. He's a classical composer.
Oh, wow.
And pianist. So there was always music around the house. And my parents make up really cute little funny songs between them. And so then, I would make up cute little funny songs because kids do what their parents do. And then, and my dad was really cool. He was very much always encouraged me to like write them down and like actually finish something. And when I was like 12, I finally listened to him, and then I was like, I like this. So
nice. I think the clip we played earlier, you're at a very famous place in the Hamptons. That's Stephen's Talk House.
Stephen's Talk House, yeah, in Amagansett. So I grew up on Shelter Island, which is not far from there.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Stephen Talk House. Oh my gosh,
It's a legendary place.
Great venue. Yeah, so much history there.
Yeah.
And like the friendliest venue too, like nicest people running it. Nick is just the best, and the sound there is always really good. It's like, it's a great place to play.
Yeah. Well, actually, that place reminds me of some of the places in Camden.
Really?
Yeah, because it has the same kind of feel where the owners are there and you get to know people and everyone's very supportive of the bands and it's a really good following and it almost doesn't matter who's playing. The places people just come to hear live music.
Yeah, it's nice. I really hope that places like that are gonna still be around in the after times.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. A lot of the places here in the UK are really struggling and hard for them to see their way through all this, but maybe they'll figure something out.
Yeah. Are they giving, I know a lot of my friends in the UK are on furlough right now. Do you know if there's any kind of support for venues like that
I think it's very
from the
limited.
government?
I think it's very limited.
Yeah.
Except it's not about one thing, it's about all the lost revenue that you can never get back that these guys need to operate. So that's going to be really difficult.
Even some bigger venues are struggling, even big. Yeah. So we'll see what's going to happen. Hopefully, the music is going to carry on because otherwise it's going to be.
Speaking of carry on, can we get guitar back in your hand and hear a few more songs?
I'll play you Carry On. Yeah, I'll play Carry On. I solved the echo. I realized I thought it was still the echo that had been happening right before we went live. Turns out I had this open on the YouTube window as well, so I was doing it to myself.
Good. Thank you. You're doing it to me. You're torturing me. Thank you. Yeah, it's gone now. Thank you. Okay.
I was like, everyone else seems really normal. What am I doing wrong here?
That's okay. No worries. No worries.
It off. I was like, okay, I need to block it off, otherwise I won't be able to talk anymore.
That's right. We never think our voices. That must be hard for singers because you hear your own voice and then you hear it back on your songs. You're like, who is that person singing? Is that me?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's so weird. It's such a self-reckoning, I think, hearing yourself. I did an interview last week and it came out, or I guess it was 3 weeks ago, but it came out yesterday, and with this wonderful guy named Steven over at Independent Music News, and we just chatted on Skype, and I was trying to listen to it back because, I really enjoyed talking to him and I want to see what's out there, and I couldn't do it. I was just like, what do I sound like?
Yeah, it's really funny. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, it's really funny. Why did I say that? Yeah. Carry On. So Carry On, I released this a couple months ago, and that was in the video clip you played at the beginning. Video is made by my really good friend and excellent filmmaker, Nick Motika. If you want something that looks cool, go look him up.
Nick's your man. Got it.
Nick is my man. Yeah, Akytome Films, Akytom. Wonderful guy, wonderful filmmaker, great to work with.
Cool.
That the story of that is funny. I'll tell you next. All right. When you're feeling low, no one to be, nowhere to go, you've got to carry on. Carry on brushing your teeth. Carry on being where you said you'd be. One thing we can do is carry on. When the world feels all above you, and the sky's tumbling down, oh, let the love in, we'll find it all around. Carry on, carry on. When the world feels bleak, when our leaders hate the weak, we've got to Carry on. Carry on speaking the truth. Carry on trying on each other's shoes. One thing we can do is carry on. When the world feels all above you, and the sky's tumbling down, oh, 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 let the love in, you'll find it all around. Carry on. Carry on. Carry on. Carry on. Carry on making your bed. Carry on learning how to be a good friend. Carry on listening deep. Carry on. Carry on showing up. Carry on learning to come back to love. Carry on being here. Carry on. Carry on. Carry on. Carry on. Carry on. Carry on.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Indeed, we need a little support to carry on. Sometimes it seems difficult these days.
Jazz, it's yeah, it sort of seems, I mean, it's shocking to me. It's shocking to me sometimes how callous the people in charge can actually be. Like, it's just, yeah, it's absolutely mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm actually not surprised that much. I think they're always like this, but now they're just more in the spotlight, and we watch every one of their moves, which is distasteful.
Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes it feels like, oh, okay, you could make the right decision. Whatever the right decision is, they're just going to make the wrong one. Just like one of those reverse magnets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not pretty. It's not pretty. We put a lot of faith in these people, and generally they're not up to it.
No, even like I mean, John, you're from New York as well. Like, I remember just what was it, 6 weeks ago, everyone was hashtag Cuomo sexual, and now he's making these statements where he's just like completely missing the point of the protests and the point of the police brutality that the protests against the police brutality that is going on, and it's sort of like, this is the man that we were saying is our big hope. Like, this guy, really?
Yeah, beware false idols.
Yeah.
You just,
yeah.
You know, they are what they are.
They are what they are.
Yeah.
And I almost think, I'm reminded of this. I saw this Martin Luther King quote earlier today, because I've seen a lot of white people just like posting Martin Luther King quotes out of context about like peace and love and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And this is an excerpt from his letter at the Birmingham jail where he was saying, be wary of the white moderate, actually. It's not the KKK guy that's stopping the progress of Black rights. It's the white moderate. And I think that can be extrapolated. Be wary of the moderate just for human rights.
Yeah, for anything, right? I mean, it's just...
For anything, like, oh, yeah, no, I see, because I understand if someone doesn't like know right from wrong. I guess I kind of get that, but I don't understand knowing right from wrong and then trying to qualify right. You know what I
Right. So
mean?
it's the relativistic world that we're in, that people think something's good or bad based on how it affects them and their family.
Yeah.
And we're all happy to change and do the right thing as long as we can carry on and carry on as long as it doesn't affect us. And then, okay, fine. But as soon as it starts to affect us, then we go back into our house and close the door and sit in the garden and wait for it to go away.
Isn't it easier if we just keep our heads where they've been?
Yeah. And when I grew up in New York, 40 years ago, there were half as many people on the planet. So now we're out of space and everyone's on top of each other. And when these sparks go off, the explosions are a lot bigger because more people are affected, and then it gets out of control. And then what do? Right? And this is what we're living in right now.
Yeah.
A lot of panic, I think, generally everywhere. People are just exploding and just not thinking twice. And I don't know. I just feel that generally people are not respectful anymore. They're not. Even when you go on the tube, for example, like, when I first moved to London was 1997, and I remember people queuing up to go on the train or on the tube or on the bus. There was no squashing, pushing away. Like sometimes when people need to go to work, they will literally use their suitcases to like get you out of the way to get on that train, and then you're squashed. People are breathing on your face, and there is no sense of like human space. In a way, I kind of feel like coronavirus is giving us a little bit of our own space in the city. So if these kind of distances are kind of going to work, maybe people are going to learn again how to respect each other and how to separate. I don't know.
Maybe. I think we're quite lucky in London because we have more open space, and New York and certain other big built-up cities, people are really oppressed, and the confinement is hard on them. We're very fortunate, really, because we have parks and good places to go, but not everyone has that.
No, it's true. I mean, the open space in London is such a big contrast to New York.
Just having that 1 hour that you can go out for a run or for a walk and just not having to be indoors, but like other places that didn't have that, they were literally locked in apart from going to buy some groceries. So that must have been 10 times worse. So I'm glad I didn't experience that.
So just tell us, what's on your horizon line? So you're in London.
I'm in London. Yeah, I'm in London. I was supposed to be back home for the spring,
right, of course,
for my sister's
summer
college
in the
graduation.
Hamptons. Where else would you go?
Yeah, right. That's why we survived February in the Hamptons, is for summer in the Hamptons. No, mostly for my sister's college graduation, which of course went virtual.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I was hoping to play some small festivals and stuff this summer and go on a tour. Obviously, that's not happening.
Right.
I'm learning to use Logic, so that's been a major source of my time recently, because recording is expensive, and now that, I mean, everything's indoors, so it seems like it makes sense to sort of take control of the means of production a little more, and my boyfriend's really good at all that stuff, so he's been showing me some tricks. Yeah. He has many good qualities.
Well, the sound engineer's like, wow, this is how you meet girls. I get it now.
Oh no! Well, see, the trick is he's a guitar player, and a songwriter, and a singer. He does, enough about him. Yeah, it's just, as far as the horizons, I don't particularly know. I mean, I'd like to figure out how to get home for some part. I haven't been home since Christmas, and I miss my family, but I don't want to put them at the risk of germs, especially, they're in very good shape, knock on wood, but they're not spring chickens. And so my mom is trying to get me to stay in a tent in the backyard.
Nice.
That's the current plan. Yeah.
Summer holiday in your back garden.
Just fly to America and then camp in the back garden.
Right. Maybe not a bad idea.
Maybe not. I think she's probably watching. So
Right.
if you have thoughts
that are a bit early in New York still, so I guess now they're just probably waking up. Got a coffee cup.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Yeah. Okay, so let's. What do you do? You play one more for us? You got one more?
Sure, play one more. You know what? We're talking about home. I'm going to play you a song about home. I wrote this when I was home last summer. The real answer to your question is that I'm going to release more music. I just sort of pushed back the release because it feels inappropriate to be releasing sort of pretty folk songs about, I don't know, the timing just feels weird right now. Yeah, but there's another single that I'm going to release soon called Follow the River, and a couple more songs that are sort of in the pipeline, almost done, and I don't know yet if it's an EP or if it's an album, but just putting more music out.
Nice. Yeah.
This one is almost done being recorded, actually. It's called Small Town Girl. And it goes down here. The song is about learning to love the place where you come from. Couldn't wait to leave this town. All my life, dreaming of those big city sounds. I couldn't wait to get away. All my life, dreaming of those big city ways, where anything can happen. Anything can happen, but the grass beneath my feet reminds me how to breathe, and the people in the street all know each other's name. There's children running free, dreaming just like me. Everyone I meet, they say you haven't changed. Well, it's not so bad to be a small town girl. Couldn't wait to leave this place. All my life, dreaming of my big escape. Now I've gone, come back again. There's nowhere else I'd rather land. Home, home, where the grass beneath my feet reminds me how to breathe, and the people in the street all know each other's name. There's children running free, dreaming just like me. And everyone I meet, they say you haven't changed. Well, it's not so bad. It's not so bad, no, no. It's not so bad to be a small town girl. Anything can happen. 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 It's not so bad. It's not so bad. No, no. I'd be glad to build a good life in a small town world.
All right, great.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you. I
much
really
for
enjoyed
coming.
that.
Lovely, really enjoyed
Thank
this.
you.
So let us know when the album is out, and then we're gonna be listening to it.
Oh, I definitely will. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so what do we have next today, John? We got Luke Jackson's, right?
We have Lucas. Lucas up next. How you doing there, Luke? You all right?
Doing well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good.
Good, good.
Thanks for
Sounded
hanging out,
amazing.
enjoying that stuff.
Love that set by Juliet. It was lovely sitting there listening to that.
Yeah, it's very chilled. I feel very relaxed now. Thank you. That,
Yeah.
I don't have to do my yoga class today. That's really, really nice music.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so let's see. Luke, I got a little intro to warm everybody up. Let's check it out.
Amazing.
Don't believe all that I tell you. No, I'm a liar and a cheat. Yeah, but I could always sweep you off your feet. Tell her a joke in my name. We'll talk all night till morning light, and I'll be on my way. Hangs a map on her wall, shows the veins of her city. She wonders where she might belong.
Yeah,
nice stuff. I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
I like that line.
Thank you.
You know, I'm a liar and a cheat. It's, you kind of give it all away up front.
Yeah,
it's
no,
good
that's
stuff.
an old song now. That one isn't me. I still play it a lot these days, but it's funny looking back at those videos and thinking, oh, I remember doing that.
That's right.
Probably about 5-6 years ago now, which is scary to think how quickly time passes. But yeah.
Time passes indeed. Indeed.
Start playing a couple of songs, and then we have a chat in between. Is that?
Yeah, if you're
Sorry,
ready,
say
we
that
got
again?
fire up a few tracks for us.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Keep going.
Cool. I'll start with a pretty new song of mine. This is called "Curse the Day." Set my heart on fire, keep me up at night, fighting my desires, trying to ease my troubled mind. It burns so bittersweet. Hits me on the drive home. So I pull over to the side of the street, outside the house we used to own. I well know your love didn't break me, no, at least it hasn't broke me yet. Yeah, your love drove me crazy. put the bottle down. But why fight the feeling and the urge to follow you around and surface all my demons? I will know your love didn't break me. No, at least it hasn't broke me yet. Yeah, your love drove me crazy. You're gonna curse the day we met. I wish that I could put a lid on you, and the way you seem to put a lid on me. Maybe I could learn to let you be. Maybe you could get some sleep. I said that I wish that I could put a lid on you, and the way you seem to put a lid on me. Baby, I could learn to let you be. Baby, you could get some sleep. Our love didn't break. Oh, it still hasn't broke me yet. Our love drove me crazy. You're gonna curse the day. You're gonna curse the day. You're gonna curse the day we met.
All right, great track.
Thank you.
That's great.
It's a little bluesier than some of your other stuff. I liked it.
Yeah, it kind of seems to, I grew up on so much blues, soul, Americana and folk. I think naturally all of those genres merge and influence my songwriting in different ways. I find that the later stuff now seems to be a little bit more bluesy than the early.
The early stuff was a little more rocky, rockabilly kind of like.
Well, the clips you showed there earlier on, that introduction piece was with my trio. So I do a lot today, just solo, and then a lot as the trio as well. So having those boys being able to kind of put bass and drums, and they both sing as well, so we can add harmony parts to it all. It's become a thing now. When I write a song, I think, this would sound so good with a band as well. So I can almost cater my writing a little bit to that as well, which has been fun.
Right, cool.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you guys another one.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. You're on a roll.
This is just before Christmas. I released my newest album, an album of mine called Journals. And for the first 2 months of this year, I was able to tour it. I went around the UK and done a bunch of dates, and a bunch of dates around the States as well. But this was the first track I released from that album. And this is a song I wrote about the issues and the problems surrounding male depression, and the ability to just be open about it and talk about it, and why it's such a taboo, I'm unsure. But I wanted to write this. If it could help in any small way, then that was enough of a reason, really. The song I wrote called Heavy. first fake smile, put the wool over the eyes of those who care. When things are getting heavy, tonight, 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 let them believe everything's fine, leave them unaware. Bury it deep, hide it if you can, turn down every helping hand, though there really ain't no shame in being a broken man. Things are getting heavy, go chasing the night, chasing every high, though it leaves you low. When things are getting heavy, you let the days pass by. It's easy to hide and to feel alone. Bury it deep, hide it if you can, turn down every helping hand, though there really ain't no shame being a broken man. Is it lips is closed, or the fear of looking weak, when really we all know it takes fearlessness to speak. Learn to dig it up, face it if you can, hold on to every helping hand. Learn to dig it up, face it if you can, hold on to every helping hand. 'Cause there really ain't no shame feeling broken. Really ain't no shame feeling a little broken. No, there really ain't no shame being a broken
All right. That's a great one.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Good. I mean, there's only a couple of us here, but we're your audience today, so I know you guys struggle to.
It's more than it's for the last couple of months.
So yeah, we got a lot of people out there. You got a bunch of people watching, and they're starting to feeding some comments in. So hopefully we can share some of that stuff with them. Yeah, people can make comments on either YouTube or Facebook, and somehow they show up on the screen here.
Oh, amazing! What? And I can see this as well.
No, you can't see it. Sorry.
Okay.
I can see it. I can see everything.
You are the eyes and ears of this operation.
That's right. I got it all here. I'm not going to even over.
Day. Different cameras, different things.
The whole setup. Amazing. Well, shall I give you guys another song?
Go for it, man. Go for it. Keep playing.
Play a couple in a row if you want. Well, this is a song written by the wonderful Bob Dylan.
And I just love this song. This is one of my personal favourites. I think this is one of the most beautiful songs ever written. It's called Forever Young. May God love and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous. Stand upright and be strong, and may you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung, and may you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you forever young.
Yeah, great. Would Bob Dylan be happy with that?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, of
That's a
course, he's a
great
big
voice.
inspiration for so many people writing songs. Anyone with a guitar has got to think about Bob Dylan a lot.
Indeed. And yeah, For My Sins, that was a song of his that I wasn't overly familiar with in the early days. I grew up on a lot of Bob Dylan. My dad, is a big fan of all of that, so Raise Me and all of that kind of music. But for some reason, that one slipped the net, and it was only a few years ago I heard that. I forget the version it wasn't Bob Dylan's version I originally heard. It was on the series Sons of Anarchy. If either of you have watched that, it's got an amazing.
Yep. Those guys are busy now.
Yeah, and the soundtrack of that is incredible. It was a female singing that, and then I later found out it was a Bob Dylan song. We just had to cover that. So yeah, I love that one.
So how'd you get into the whole music thing? What was the spark for you?
I think initially it was probably my dad. My dad plays guitar. He's kind of a closet guitarist. He never goes out and gigs or anything like that. He just has a guitar in the house, and he loves music as well. So growing up, I was listening to albums like Bob Dylan, guys like John Hyatt, Richard Thompson, the Beatles, old blues music, and I always took an interest to that and the storytelling. And early days had no interest in music, the learning of music. It was more just an interest of it as a whole and as a spectacle. And then I just remember one day, I was about 11, 12 years old, I think. I just was watching my dad playing the guitar and saw the joy he was getting from it and thought, could you teach me a few chords and maybe I'll enjoy it? And I picked it up and it felt quite natural, and I went and got guitar lessons for a while on the electric at first to learn all the fancy soloing. And then singing kind of came hand in hand with that. And then at that time, I was the only one of my friends that was playing music, so it made sense to kind of learn to accompany myself with an acoustic opposed to an electric. And then that kind of stuck, really. I've been kind of focused on that ever since.
Right.
Yeah, so you started super young.
Yeah. I think 11 or 12, if memory serves. So, yeah, and I'm going to turn 26 on the 19th of this month. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, over 10 years now. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. So you played music more than half of your time, basically, that you've been.
Yeah, in total, probably coming up about 15 years now, which is bizarre to think, because as soon as I was able to play anyone else's song from beginning to end, I just figured I'd try to write my own. So again, to think I've been writing songs for that long is amazing. I did a Facebook Live a few weeks back and played through my debut album, which was released in 2012, which again just shocked me at how old that was. And although it was released in 2012, a lot of those songs I wrote when I was a lot younger. There were songs of there where I was writing about the worry of leaving secondary school and things like that. So it's crazy to think that they're still getting played and they still have legs to them. It's an incredible thing, really.
Right. What's in front of you? What are you working on now?
At the moment, I've been writing a lot in lockdown. I kind of set myself a bit of a task to write, whether that's going to be released on an album separate to anything I'll do in the future. I could maybe put that on a lockdown sessions album or anything like that, or just to have that as music in the future. But really, I was fortunate. I had a very busy start to the year before lockdown was put in place, so I managed to get the majority of my tour done before this all kicked off, really. But I've still missed out on a bunch of gigs, and there's a load of gigs. I'm meant to be in America doing a tour in October. I'm meant to be touring in Europe at the end of this year in December. So whether that's going to happen, I'm unsure. But at the moment, I'm kind of just keeping myself busy by writing and doing this kind of stuff to be able to still have a form of connection.
Keep the wheels turning.
Yeah, that's it.
For your solo, or do you also write for your trio band as well? Do you guys get together over Zoom to practice, or?
Yeah, with the trio, it is Luke Jackson trio. So it kind of is. If I'm writing for solo stuff, it comes hand in hand with the boys as well. But that would be nice at some point. We would have to do a social distance catch up and play some music together, because it's been lovely being able to still have a reason to pick up the guitar and write an aside for my own entertainment. To be able to do this is a reason, of course, to keep on top of my songs and keep playing and performing. But it's been on my own now for a long time. So the idea of meeting up with the boys and just singing some songs together and playing some music sounds like a lot of fun. So we'll have to do that in the garden at a 2-meter radius.
Nice.
Cool.
Have you got more songs for us?
Of course, yeah. So this is another older one from an older CD of mine, a mini album I released called This Family Tree. This is a song called Is It Me? I'm a little strange, little twisted in the range. Yeah, but you know it's always been you. Sugar, don't believe what did I tell ya? No, I'm a liar and a cheat. Yeah, but I could always sweep you off your feet. Well, I'm from a broken home. I was just the youngest one, and everything that I ever loved was gone. Well, hoping like when we were 16 proved to me it ain't that hard to love. Show me that I'm not a has-been. Honey, is it me I'm thinking of? And darling, never meant you any harm, man. No, yeah, and I know I treat you wrong. It's the only way I know how to love. Well, sweetheart, know you only go on. Yeah, but I think I'll stay another day, and I'm gonna stay here either way. Don't care if we don't get along. No, I'm from a broken home. There was a younger one. Everything that I ever loved is gone. Yeah. Oh, so won't you just hold me like when we were 16? Prove to me it ain't that hard to love. Show me that I'm not a has-been. Honey, is it me I'm thinking of? But you think I'm a little strange, twisted and deranged. Yeah, do you know it's always been you? Oh, be like when we were 16, prove to me it ain't that hard to love. Show me that I'm not a has-been. Honey, is it me I'm thinking of? Tell me that it's me I'm thinking of. It better be me I'm thinking of. Is it me? Is it me? No. Is it me? Is it me? Yeah. You're thinking of.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Great. And you got Juliet's still watching. That's good. We got everyone's still in here. What else can you do on a rainy afternoon in London than listen to some great live music?
Aren't we
Well, it's
missing one?
straight to your house. Oh yeah, we lost Adam. Hope when we get Adam back, he's on next. I think Luke's just gonna have to keep playing till we get Adam's connection back.
Yeah, we have time for one more song then. We can't see him.
Yeah.
Excellent. I like that version. I the acoustic version is actually really good because that was the track that we picked up on the intro.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, no, it's really nice stripped back.
Yeah,
Did you
it's
see
one of the
him?
oldest songs I've played. Pardon?
I asked to John, did you see him live? Did you see one of his gigs live before? Or
No, I haven't, but we had the clip before that had this track on it, which I really quite like. I was singing it in my head all day. I was like, ooh, do.
Yeah, that's one of the oldest songs of mine, so I think naturally it's evolved so much over the years as well. So, yeah, no, it's fun doing that. It's fun doing that one.
Nice.
I think, one more
Shall I
song
play
and
one more song?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, perfect. All right, guys. This is the last song from my current CD, Journals. This is a track called Every Flame. Well, I worry that my fire's burning out before I've had the chance to light it. I'm nursing every flame, but nothing helps. Embers flicker out till I'm in darkness. The rumble in the road will always leave me wanting more. So I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna ride it till the wheels come off. I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna ride it till the wheels come off. I get lost in bright lights and the allure, worry and the fear of never knowing. There's an itch within that I just can't ignore. A need for something more that keeps me going. But that rumble and that road will always be my savior. So I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna ride it till the wheels come off. I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna ride it till the wheels come off. With a rumble in the road will always leave me wanting more. Rumble in that road will always be my savior. So I'm gonna ride
That was great. Wow, thank you so much for that big effort on that one.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Lovely to meet you. We really enjoyed your music. So what have you got planned for the rest of the day?
Not a lot, to be honest with you. I'll probably have a walk around and entertain myself in one way, shape, or form. But no, it's been lovely doing this. It gives a reason to get up and get dressed. So that's enough for me at the moment.
That's what I always say to everyone. Thank you. At least I got twice a week. I get the chance to dress up and see people.
That's right.
Because I don't.
Exactly, and that's a highlight of the day at the moment. So I appreciate that.
Well, great.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining this show, and I'll see you soon. And
Thank
welcome, Adam.
Adam, how you doing out
Hey,
there?
how's it going?
Thanks for
How
sitting
are you?
tight. Thanks for sitting tight.
No worries. It's been a great show. I've loved it. It's been so nice. As Luke just said, like it's great to have a reason to get dressed. It's really nice.
We need more of this during the week. Like once a day would be nice.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I try and go running.
You know.
Oh, sorry, I
It's
couldn't
like
quite
if
hear
you
that.
don't. I said it's so easy to just stay in your pajama all day and do, like
Oh,
be really scrappy. Nobody's gonna see you if
Exactly.
you don't wash your hair. if you're
That's true.
not wearing.
My housemates sometimes shout at me if I don't get dressed, so they're good housemates.
Okay. Keep you safe.
Okay. Well, thanks again, Luke. That was great set. Really great stuff. Love to see you up on stage with a sound system. That's got to be epic also. Thanks for playing
Thank
out
you.
your
Yeah,
home for us today.
hopefully in the not too distant future that'll be back to normal.
Yeah, let's see. I hope so. Okay, let's get Adam. I had my little clip for you. Let's see what we got. Let's see what this looks like.
Closer to you. You're bumming tricks, and after all your jokes, you seem very cold, and I'm going on with you. Tonight, together, I share my pain, I share my heart, so we can live again. And where we're going, it's not where we've been. Where we've been before, we can overcome. We're singing, this is who we are. We're more than the sum of all our parts. We're singing, this is who we are.
Yeah, it's a shame to have to cut that track off. I love that track.
Yeah, it's really cool video. Yeah.
Really awesome.
Thank you.
I've been playing it all day. It was just I love it. It's great.
Bless you. Thanks, man.
You got a couple nice versions of it up on Spotify, different mixes and.
Yeah, would you know that song like is about 9 years old, and I was in an indie band, and I thought nothing of it, and then suddenly I realized this song was doing quite well on Spotify in the States, but from my indie band. So I thought, like, let's update it, and I love collaborating with people, so I got a few friends involved, and we thought we'd like do it slightly differently. But it's a really fun song. I haven't played it live yet because Corona happened and it came out during lockdown, so I'm gonna have to work that out when we get to play live properly.
That'll be great to check out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had you sitting around for a while. Are you ready for action?
It's okay. I'm like super nervous because I started some live streams a while back and then I stopped, and so I feel really nervous. But I've got this Harry Potter cup that changes color. It was black, but like when it heats up, it goes red.
Okay.
So it's, yeah, this is keeping me happy and distracted. Thank you for having me.
No, our pleasure. Looking forward to hearing your set.
It's cool. Shall I kick some stuff off?
Off you go, man. Off you go. We're ready.
Cool. Okay. Whew. So something you should know about me is I'm super clumsy, but I shouldn't be able to get myself into too much danger just sitting down here, but we'll see. Okay.
The window closed.
This is...
Yeah, don't fall out the window.
I'll try. Yeah, it's locked. Health and safety. I don't think I can see you guys because you're not on site, right? So it should be good. Yeah, it's really cool actually. I've sat here during lockdown and written a whole bunch of songs, and I quite like people watching. And sometimes, occasionally, you get like a double-decker bus, so you can like play for the people as they go by. There's one going past one now, and it reminds me of like when I was a kid. I would often, when I was 7 or 8 years old, I'd play piano like to people outside and open the window. And I'm a massive introvert, but I would love to perform to people as they walk down the street. And there's something very nostalgic about living in this apartment. Yeah, like they can't actually hear me outside, but it feels quite serendipitous that I get to play for you guys by the window. But yeah, I wrote this song maybe a week ago. I haven't played it live, and it's called "Wake Up My Heart." And I won't explain too much, but I'll just play it for you, and I hope you enjoy it.
Awesome, thanks.
1600 hours on the clock. Soon like the sun you'll be coming up. Oh, I can't wait to go back down to the sexy part of town. Hear the traffic on the street, people going where they meet. Gotta find some coffee for my veins to make the day now not the same. Wake up my heart, all the things that I've seen, all the places I have been. Wake up my heart, we will live again. But till then, you know we won't pretend. The traffic's moving on the street, thinking about ways I can move my feet. Where can we go to get some breakfast? Another road trip, let's make it last. Wake up my heart, all the places we have been, all the faces we have seen. Wake up my heart, we'll be okay. Promise you we'll wait another day. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Thanks very much.
That's great.
Thank you. Thanks so much. So like for me, like I love, like I guess like all of us, I love music so much, and I've been trying to embrace loads of different genres and work with people that stretch me as a songwriter. And like I'm used to playing live, and but with lockdown it's been such a challenge because obviously you can't really do that, and I'm not the most technologically minded person, so streaming has been tricky for me. I think thanks for your help today, John. It's been been amazing.
No
but it's sounding really great. But I guess like yeah, I've been trying to like think, well, how can I connect with people? So I figured I've got literally so many songs I've recorded, and I'm like, well, we may as well put them out on Spotify. And so I've been trying to learn how to do that as a DIY artist. And but for me, like I write songs like Juliet was saying earlier, like songs for me, like they're like journals. They make the sense of my life and the world around me. And that song I just played for you is like a journal song, if you like. It's quite like a storytelling song. But then I've been like, maybe I can write like a pop song or like like I'm trying to like cross over, if you like, and just try and connect with a different group of people. And I don't know if there's any particular like formula, but everything I do in my writing, I just want it to be the most human thing possible. And I've been in so many songwriting sessions where you go into the room and the laptop's playing the loop and you have to try and write something over it. And I'm like, this is the least humane way to write a song. And I always like try and take an instrument in and maybe like have a conversation for like an hour and talk about life. And then it seems to me like, for me anyway, like it opens up something and then you write the most beautiful thing that you can write at that time. But yeah, sorry, I'm blabbering on. But
no, it's interesting. Good stuff.
Yeah. Can I play you another song?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry, I can't hear you.
I said, go ahead. I was going to ask you before. It's so nice to hear different ways that people are writing songs, because everyone is different. I find it interesting that everyone has got their own ways to
different triggers.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm like in my early 30s, and I'm just like, I'm lucky to still be able to do this. And my phone in lockdown has got maybe like 500 or 600 like voice like songs on it, and I've not really done anything else productive. I've barely done my washing, but like it's been fun like writing a whole bunch of songs. And I guess like Luke was saying, just the next step is to try and see what to do with them. But yeah, I love your chair, by the way. It's wicked. It's kind of quite Game of Thrones-y.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, for me, it can represent the Addams Family chair, like the Morticia Addams chair, but just in a black version.
Nice. That's cool. I like that. That's awesome. I like it.
I have chair envy. You're right.
Yeah, I'm sitting on one of Wilkinson's finest, like it's like a £10 flat pack thing. So you're definitely winning in the chair Olympics.
Okay. More music.
Yeah, let's do it. So this is a song. It's hopefully coming out later this year, and I wrote it about those times when you're friends with someone for a long time, and then you maybe share a kiss when you're out at the pub, and you're like, "Oh, there's something here," and then you end up dating them, and it's just the most beautiful thing. And so it's called One Kiss, and the story goes for me like I work in a recording studio, but I sit on reception, and often the phone rings. And usually it's quite high profile artists, and it's just my job to refer them to someone else so they can come in and record. And one day the phone rang, and it was for me. And it was this guy who's based at the studio, and he really wanted to work on this song. And we recorded it, and the plan is to kind of for it to come out in a movie sometime, probably next year now, I guess. But yeah, I'm really proud of this song, and it's a storytelling song. And yeah, it's called One Kiss, and I'll just play it because I tend to just talk so much rubbish. So. In a crowded room I met you. Yeah, you showed me what to do. How you taught me silly dance moves, an excuse to move much closer next to you. So I moved in close to kiss you. You moved your head and turned away. Then you said, don't be embarrassed, I'm just not ready for this, no, not today. I'm going home and thinking of you lying next to me. So I text you a silly meme. How we started again on a night like this. Are we lovers or friends after just one kiss? After only just one kiss. So we traveled around the world now. It's not a country you haven't been. You know I love to hear stories all the people, places, and things that you've seen. Then we listen to your records Then we danced across the room. I hugged your leg then like a tree trunk. You said to me, my love, still too soon. We're going home, clothes falling off. When the butterflies kicked in, what happened next is truly it. How we started again after just one kiss. Are we lovers or friends on a night like this? We've been talking all night till the sun comes up. You're taking me as I am on a night like this after only just one kiss. On the night back when I met you, how the laughter vibe was strong. How we scooted around your hometown with you laughing in my face, turned me on. You were playing Diffie Clyro. We put some coffee on the stove. Then you went to get some breakfast. Best of a million ways to start another love. Thanks so much.
Great track. Be careful not to jump in before you guys finish some of these songs. It's like these very dramatic pauses sometimes, and
that's so funny. I played a show just before lockdown, and this really sweet old lady came up to me and she took me by the hand and she was like, "Adam, that was such a beautiful set, but please finish your song before like you start talking," because I would sometimes just be like, "Thanks very much, next song," and I have a danger of doing that, so I'm trying not to kill the moment, but then maybe I leave the dramatic pause too long. Like
that's okay. It's good. This guy just didn't want to cut you off.
It's all good, man. You can, yeah, it's cool. Thank you for having me. It's so lovely to play for you guys.
So we're gonna be able to see your song on a big screen on a film. So this is part of the soundtrack.
That song, yeah, that's the plan. That's what I got told by this producer's manager. She doesn't seem to. She doesn't lie, so I believe her.
Well, I'm
it's actually. Sorry.
I just said it's going to take a little bit longer. All the releases that are postponed, so it's just it's not going to happen. It's going to happen later rather than sooner.
Absolutely. A funny story as well. Like the guy who I worked with on that song, he the producer, he does a lot of kind of soundtracks for like romantic movies, if you like, and. Through the studio I work at, I got the privilege to go to this red carpet premiere for this other film, and I was a runner for like the producer of the movie, so I was just like, you know, getting coats and stuff when the photographers came on the red carpet. And then it came to watching the premiere, and I was stood at the side, and the main male like lead of the film came and stood next to me, and it was a really awkward moment because there was this sex scene in the film. And this thing was happening, and he was obviously embarrassed, and he was next to me, and I was like, "This is really awkward." but I've never forgotten it. It's very, very, very cool moment. Yep. There we go.
Tell us, how did you get into writing songs? What was your inspiration?
So I guess I started playing piano when I was 7 or 8 years old, and then at the age of 12, you know, you kind of, I wanted to play other people's songs, but I couldn't do it. So I just learnt one chord and I wrote a song with one chord. And ever since then, it's been this journey of like maybe learning some Bob Dylan songs or some Joni Mitchell or and trying to learn other people's songs. But I feel most comfortable playing my own. And I've been in covers bands, but I love listening to other people's music so much, but I've always struggled with that, like playing other people's songs, and so I guess it's just an expression of because I frustratingly can't play other people's songs as well as they play them. So I have like, well, if I make my own song up, no one can say I can't play it as well as Adam Wedd because I'm him. So yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
What kind of stuff do you guys like to listen to?
I don't know. I've got a variety of music that I like. I love like sort of metal and rock bands. Like I love Marilyn Manson and Rammstein, but then I also love Muse and Madonna. I like Ash. I like Jimi Hendrix. So there is like literally, a variety of different. If a song is good, it doesn't matter. I love Gwen Stefani. Got this great energy, and it's all about the personality of the frontman or front woman. I need to find somebody that captures my attention, basically. So yeah, it's not even about if you're a good player or not. It's about what kind of energy you're giving out there, if I like it or not. And also because I used to be a dancer. So for me, I like music that makes me want to dance or feel creative. So it's different kind of music for different.
That's why she has the big chair so she can move around while you guys are all playing.
Yeah, that's amazing. Does the chair spin around?
No, it should though.
Not yet, but maybe when I'm getting my new flat, I can put something around it. So I could have
Camden live voice.
Exactly.
We can get you a buzzer. How about you, John?
I like all kinds of music, really. For me, it's about live music. To be out and to have that experience with other people. Because, when you're home, you can listen to things depending on what mood you're in or what you're trying to do. But to actually go out to a venue and participate in something and be surprised and discover new music and a lot of music that you may not want to listen to at home when you're in this in a venue and you're like, wow, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I love that, like, you can listen to, like, because I love, like, heavy metal music live, or, like, like the Underworld in Camden or something. I love going there, or even, like, the Black Heart, that's
it's one of our favorite places. Yeah, the Black Heart's a great place.
It's so great, but there's nothing like that kind of live music. But then you can also be listening to someone like Luke, who just played, and, like, you can't hear a pin drop when it's just him, and I love both that kind of juxtaposition. It's great.
Cool. You got a little more for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I can play a song. I should probably play some songs that are already on Spotify because I'm in danger of just playing songs that aren't out yet. And so I'll play you a couple of songs that you can listen to like today if you want, again on Spotify. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, a single coming out today. So I don't know.
I've got one. So I'm not the best businessman. I told everyone that it's today, but it's actually tomorrow. I can play that for you now. I'll play that. I'll play that first. I can relate to what Juliet said about like not wanting to put music out because it feels really weird to promote, essentially my business or what I'm doing, and then I realized I was like, well, this was coming out anyway, and it's about like art is how we engage with the world, right? And I guess I'm not like trying to say to people, let's make more money, let's be more corporate. Like this song is called The Smooth and the Rough, and it's about, I guess, in relationships, but it can be about community as well, and how we have to like weather the good and the bad, and we can weather it together, and it's better together, obviously, like Jack Johnson said. But you kind of, you like my mum and dad have been married nearly 40 years, and my grandparents 60 or 70, and I haven't been fortunate enough to be in a relationship that long, but like it takes something special and some discipline and a lot of love and a lot of self-reflection, I guess, to love someone through the rough times and the smooth times. And that's what this song's about. And I wrote it as a song for my parents, and they've been married, I think, nearly 40 years this October. So it comes out at midnight tonight on Spotify. But if you message me, I'll send you like a link, an unlisted link to it, so you can have a listen to it before if you want. Because why not? It goes like this. Heaven knows you're no earthly thing. When we're kissed, what joy it brings. You make me feel like a king. Hear the words they fall from this clumsy face. When you speak, it's such an effortless display. It feels like we won't give up. But you know I don't know much. We're as cold as the coldest touch. I can only take so much. Take the smooth now with the rough, the rough. Follow the journeys that we've been on. Like the birds I sing my songs. I'm done with knowing everywhere, everyone, everything. Hear the birds they fall from the clumsy face. When you speak, it's such an effortless display. It feels like we won't give up. But you know I don't know much. When we're as cold as the coldest touch, I can only take so much. Take the smooth now with the rough, the rough. Take the smooth now with the rough, the rough. Bless you. Hard times come, will you stay or will you run? Will we run away? I'm changed now. Can we learn to live out loud? Every day it feels like we won't give up. But you know I don't know much. It was cold as the coldest touch. I can only take so much. Take the smooth now with the rough, the rough. Take the smooth now with the rough, the rough. Yeah.
Yeah, great, great.
Thanks so much. Thank you for listening so well. Yeah, so I'm a bit rusty. I haven't played properly for to perform to people, because when you're writing on your own, you kind of stop and you go and get a cup of tea, and so when you're playing to people, it's like a different skill. And thank you for being so patient with me.
No, thank you. It's been great, great afternoon. Have all you musicians just playing for us. It's great. It's like a private concert.
It's lovely. I'm such a fan of Juliet and Luke. I'm going to go back and listen to their stuff. It is phenomenal. It really it's so nice to discover some music I haven't heard yet.
Yeah, and this is actually the big thing. Actually, this is why we started this project, because I just got tired of playing the same music over and over again. And then I realized that all the great bands come through Camden or near Camden somehow. And all I had to do was just see what's coming through and just listen to it and curate a selection of music. Yeah.
What we like. Yeah.
How did you start Camden Live, the streams? How did it happen?
Well, we were covering the actual gigs in the real clubs. But of course, once that stopped, like what do we do? We were dying for live music. So we figured out how to put all this technology together so we could connect everyone from their homes.
That's amazing.
We're just missing it.
I'm so glad we did it.
It's a great. It's amazing. It's such a great service. I think, it's been so great to watch how people have been innovative. And I guess at the worst times in history, it's people's innovation and resolve to kind of find a new way. I guess that's kind of defined us, and you guys are definitely part of that. I love that.
We're trying to keep the wheel turning. We need live music.
Yeah. I love it. It's great. It's inspired me, because I woke up this morning and I was like, oh man, I'm just feeling a little bit like, how can we be positive now? Because people are great, but it's been one thing after the other in 2020, and I'm just like, I felt a little bit low, but you guys have really perked me up, in the music of John and of Luke and Juliet as well. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. We feel the energy also.
Thank you.
We got time for one more. If you got one more in you.
I would love to. Yeah, this song it's called "Flowers After Flames," and it's on Spotify, and it's about I guess it's about rebuilding. So it's quite apt. And my best friend texted me this phrase, "Flowers After Flames," and I was like, "What does that mean?" And he told me, "Well, Adam, it's like when there's been a wildfire and everything's destroyed and it's so horrendous. But then after the wildfire, there's lots of new growth, and flowers the following season are even more prettier, and hopefully that's what the world will be like after this horrendous time." And yeah, thanks for having me. I'm Adam Wedd, and this is Flowers After Flames. I hope you like it. In time, we'll ask why. Hoping everything will be alright. I strive, I really strive. Feet around the ground, head in the sky. Grow here. Grow here when all else has burned to the ground. Grow here like flowers after flames. I see the sunlight through your window, shining on your face. I feel your breathing on your pillow. Reminds me we got today. Grow here, grow here when all else has burned to the ground. Grow here like flowers after flames. Grow here, grow here when all else has burned to the ground. Grow here like flowers after flames. Thanks very much.
All right.
That was great. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Juliet, thanks for hanging in there. Hope you enjoyed that also.
Lovely to meet you all. It was a great day. I loved all three acts.
Yeah, it was really great.
Thanks. You too, guys.
That was great, Adam.
Have a lovely afternoon.
You guys too. Hope to see you soon.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Thanks again.
Bye, guys.
Thanks again. Where are we, Simona? I'm just looking for us. Here we go.
I can see you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should remind. I said I can see you.
You can see me now. I can see you.
I was just going to have a little reminder to everyone. So in case you're in a band that you would like to be playing at our show, just send an email. What's the email address, John?
Just music@camden-live.com. Or hit us on Facebook, hit us on Instagram. We're out there. Yeah, please follow us and follow all the artists and drop everybody notes. Means a lot to people. Just give it a few kind words. Just cheers everyone up.
Exactly. So, what have we got on Friday?
Today's Friday, Simona.
Oh my God. I keep on thinking it's Tuesday.
No idea what day it is. Yeah.
Oh, is wrong. He's always wrong. I always think Friday is in the evening for some reason. I'm thinking that we usually do Friday evening and Tuesday lunch, but
I know it's hard to keep track of it. I'm with you.
What we got on Tuesday?
We have on Tuesday night. We have. Hang on one second, because we moved it around a little bit. We have four musicians. We have Max Bianco, Grace Solero. Grace is a real Camden rocker.
Never mind. Yeah,
and then one of your favorites from Berlin. We have Jadu.
Oh, Jadu! Oh my God!
She's really awesome. She's wild.
I'm looking forward. She's great.
And then an artist I don't know, but I've been listening to her music. Is pretty cool. Named Flo Perlin.
Mm-hmm. So we have all female artists.
Other than Max.
Max. So 3 females, one man. It's gonna be a lucky one in the group.
That's right. Yeah. Well, these are 3 hardcore women. So yeah, he better be a strong one. Max's stuff is great. Actually, he's in the spirit of some of the musicians we heard today, but of course a little different. Yeah, we have some other really great stuff coming up the rest of the month. But yeah, we'll publish it and put it on the website and promote it, and hopefully people will show up.
Great.
Yeah,
I'm sure they will. Well, I'm looking forward to Tuesday now. I will see you then, and thank you all for watching Camden Live. It was great to to speak to everyone today.
Exactly.
And discover new music.
Always a discovery.
I didn't use it for the past week and a half, I have to say.
Good. Well, we're back. We got a month of music, and let's see what else happens. Hopefully some. I'm not hoping for good news anymore. I'm just hoping for the endless tirade of bad news to slow down a little bit.
Just don't listen to the bad news, but close your ears.
Exactly.
Only music.
Exactly.
Music and happiness.
All right, Simona, have a good afternoon.
See you on Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.